Hi, gorgeous souls, and welcome to our Soul-led conversation number 29. I this is incredible. I can't believe that we're at number 29 already. So, today, when I tuned into the energy of this conversation, loads of tiny little things about today popped into my head, and I thought, what do they all have in common? And when I looked at them, hi Nicola, it's beautiful that you're joining me live here. So say hi if you're joining into this conversation. I don't care if it's live when the little red light is up here, or if you're on the replay, say hi. Let me know that you're here. I want to know who is here and who is taking part in these beautiful conversations. So, when I tuned into the energy of this conversation, there were a couple of really tiny little differences that I noticed myself acting differently with myself, really subtle, teeny tiny situations or decisions that I made that made my day very different than what it could have been. Hi, Janice. And so I wanted to share this with you. So it all began this morning. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it from here. This morning tonight, we have this headboard. You might have seen on the videos that I do in my bed with the gray thingy, like the gray background. There's this headboard where I have my candles and a couple of books and stuff like this, and I normally put my phone there when I go to bed. And so tonight I was wrecked. Ori woke me up for the 15,000th time, like little babies do, right? Especially when you choose to co-sleep and have them sleeping in your bed. That's what they do. And so I was like, oh, can I wake Dennis up? Is it late enough? Because for the last hour in the morning, I normally wake Dennis up so he can take Ori away in the sling if she's sleepy, or just have breakfast with her and the boys, and I can sleep. And so I was like, can I wake Dennis up? And I checked my mobile. It was something like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, no way. He went and had a test day at the new company that he got the job. So I was like, no way, I just can't wake him up at 2:30 in the morning when he has this important day, and he was sick yesterday, so really wanted to make sure he was rested. And I was still kind of okay. It was just I would have loved an hour of sleep uninterrupted. So I grabbed my phone and I looked on the clock and I put it back, and I didn't put it back properly, and so it fell down and it smacked me on my on my sixth chakra, on my third eye. It smacked me right with the oh fuck, it was so painful. Ooh. You see, I'm talking about the phone smacking me and it falls. So here we go. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's really tender and hurting. And in that moment, I not that long ago, I would have gone oh man. So, ooh, sorry, I'm dropping you all over the place. So in that moment, I would have gone no, you know what? Just you're so stupid. You dropped your phone on yourself. Poor baby. Now I know how much it hurts, because honestly, which breastfeeding mom hasn't dropped her phone on her baby? I just, so that would have been my inner dialogue not so long ago. And then, yeah, it is sure it is life, right? um, and I noticed it and I caught it in that moment. And instead I went, ooh, that hurt. What can I do to make it less painful for myself? And that was a really tiny decision, but it made all the difference because I took an arnica straight away. I put because I didn't want to put on the light because Dennis and Ori were sleeping. I just went on the nightstand and tapped around until I found something cold. It was like the charger of the iPad. And I took the charger and just put it on my unicorn. And I think that's why it's not blue and massive, but just like a teeny tiny bump here, because I took care of myself. And it's in those tiny moments where it all counts. It's I took care of myself like I would take care of one of my children, and that is taking the responsibility for yourself. And it's in those tiny little moments that it makes all the difference. We went to I'm just sharing little moments that popped up when I tuned into the energy of this conversation. And the next moment that popped into my head was when I was sitting here on the floor. I was crying because I was really exhausted after we had to run to catch the train. Running with 3 little children is no fun. I had Aiden on my shoulders, Ori in the buggy, and Lucan was running by my side. And it was kind of stressful, and I ended up coming home and I was exhausted. I was really, really tired. And I ended up crying on the floor because Aiden came in and he forgot to go to the toilet and made poo into his underwear. And so I was just that was the last bit. And I'm I sat across from him, and it would have been so easy to be angry at him or go after him for that he pooed into his underwear instead of going to the toilet. And instead I saw myself through his eyes, and I was like, Mama isn't crying because you pooed your pants. Mama is crying because she's really tired, and I will clean you up, but then you and Lucan need to watch something on the iPad, and I need to sleep. I need to lie down with Ori. And that was again a really beautiful moment, caring for myself. And I don't know what it is with flies here. Did you see? It was a fly flying through. So yeah, that was another moment, a tiny little moment, a tiny little decision, but it made all the difference. I took care of myself. I put Ori to sleep, slept myself while she was taking her nap and the boys were watching some telly. And afterwards, I was fine. I was able to tune in again. I'm okay, now I need something to eat and I need to take care of the washing. I need to hang that up. So that was another tiny moment that made all the difference. And then while I was doing the website, which is up now, the Tea Day with Spirit, which is the Tea Party with Spirit, which is happening on Sunday from 4 to 5:30 German time, PM, is up now on the website. So there's 6 spaces like always. You can book yourself in. I'm really excited that it's back. I'm just I can't wait. Now is the time to bring it back, and I'm really, really excited. So if you want to have a look, it's annikafrey.com/tea. Easy. If one of you could type that into the comments, that would be beautiful. Otherwise, I drop the link after the live is over. So while I was doing the website, and I wanted to put some comments from people who came to tea parties beforehand in there, Dennis and me were sitting here, and I was like, what are people called that come to parties? This was really ridiculous. It will show you It will show you how ridiculous that was. I was like, visitors, participants, and he chimed in. He was like, attendees, and I'm like, this sounds really odd. I'm like, here's a trick question for you. What are people called that attend parties? It's almost too embarrassing to. Thank you so much, Veronica. Veronica just shared the link to the tea party with Spirit. But it was really ridiculous. Until like you will find the answer to that awesome trick question on the website that Veronica just dropped. But I will just tell you. So after like about 3 minutes of searching for the right term and which sounds proper and whatever, and losing ourselves in our party goers. Exactly, that was one of the terms. Nice one, Janice. That was one of the terms we considered seriously. So after 3 minutes of this, I was like, duh, guests. What are people called who come to parties? They're guests. Seriously. So I looked at Dennis, I was like, I will finish this, I will make it fit for mobile, I will do my live stream, and then I will stretch my body until it feels delicious so I can sleep. And that's all I'm gonna do tonight. And you know what? You're coughing like crazy, and we're ravers. Ravers is the good one too, Nicola. You're coughing like crazy. You're even more exhausted than I am because you're the word person. So seriously, if we're sitting here for three whole minutes searching for that word, you need to go to sleep, I think. Like, there is no way we can have a really lovely conversation together. And he did. He's in bed right now. That's why I'm sitting in the kitchen. But yeah, that was the third moment that popped into my head. And then there was a fourth moment that popped into my head too when I tuned into the energy of the conversation. And it was a really tiny detail in the day. Like, it didn't take loads of effort or loads of explanation or loads of time. But it was such a different energy and attitude to it that I wanted to share that with you too. I had the morning while Dennis was working in the company, like having his test day in the company, right? I had the children to myself. I had to go to the doctor with them. Nothing serious. It was just a checkup for Lucan. But like getting them into the train, to the doctor, back from the doctor, doing like a little bit of shopping, and like I was just exhausted. And so when I had the sleep, and then I made myself something to eat, and then it was time for Dennis to come home, and then I did a one-to-one session, like an almost 2-hour one-to-one session with one of my one-to-one clients. There's still one spot left, just mentioning it here. 111 days support from me, and the introduction session was glorious. We uncovered so much things, and I think like I'm so excited to see what comes forward for this beautiful woman. But that was on at 4 p.m. and he came home at like 3:35 or something like that. So I had 25 minutes to make sure my needs are met, to be fully present with that woman for her one-to-one session. And I was like, I had a list in my head already going like, okay, I need water, I need to pee beforehand, I need to set up the sage, I need to sage the room before I go into the session, all the things I do to set myself up for a session, right? And so Dennis came in and he was really eager to tell me about his day. But I knew if I would just sit there and listen for 5 to 10 minutes, I wouldn't have enough time to set myself up for the session. And so I actually looked at him and said, like, please get out of your shoes, do whatever you need to do to take over, because I need the remaining time to get ready for my session. And he did. He went off. He got changed to be in dad clothes, not the like company working clothes. He came back, and then he wanted to start to talk, and I'm like, we have to do this later. I really don't have time right now, even not for a couple of minutes. You have to tell me later about your day. And it wasn't maybe as graceful as I wanted it to be, but still I took care of my needs, and I made really sure what is okay and what is not okay, and what I need from him in that moment, and what I can't do for him in that moment. And that felt really yummy and really juicy. And even though I had a long day, I did mom hard until 3:30, then I worked hard. And I did work hard, and at the same time it didn't feel like hard work because I enjoy it. And I set my boundaries, and I took care of my own needs. And so even though I'm tired, it still feels juicy, and I still feel fit enough to have even this conversation with you right now, and not rush through it and go like, oh, it's late and I need to finish this. I don't know. Some days I come in and I just drop a little nugget and then I log off again. But today I really wanted to sit with you and have this conversation and show you how many different sizes there is to self-care and to boundaries. It doesn't need to be big, a big gesture, a big conversation, a big, all these big things. Most of the time, the tiny little things are what makes a difference. Just tuning in, just listening. Is there anything more I want to share, I need to share? Yes, there is. Come to my tea party. Come to my tea party with Spirit. It's you, me, a maximum of 5 other women. There is 6 spaces for these tea parties to make sure that there is enough time for each and every single one attending, each and every single guest on this tea parties. So I can channel messages from your spirit guides. We can find a theme that is running through the tea party, and at the end I do a 1-card reading for every single one who is there. It's 90 minutes, it's a no-brainer price. It's €33 for 90 minutes with me and 5 other women on a Zoom call. It's online, so you can chime in from wherever you are in the world. And you don't even need to dress. You don't even need to dress. You can show up in your PJs if you want to, and bring your cake and bring your tea or your beverage of choice. And then we have fun. Veronica just said you really should go. This is a wonderful opportunity to feel Annika's magic and energy. Thank you. I'm holding my phone so it's not falling down again, but thank you so much, Veronica. So much love to you. I know the tea party was what brought us together, and I was so thankful, and I couldn't think of a life without you in my life, so that is really beautiful. And I got the clear message. Ooh, you see, that's why I had my hand there. So I got the clear message that I need to bring them back, and they are back. They're back for now on Sunday, and probably in 2 weeks' time again. If you can't make this Sunday, that's okay too. Divine timing. Janice is just saying they are amazing. They really are. They're fun. There's always a topic that we explore, and the topic, I don't know the topic beforehand. I can't tell you. It comes out in the conversation, and I love them. And if they call you, you know, and so we'll see you on Sunday, and otherwise, like in live, so we can talk to each other, not you looking at me like on the live streams. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow for our live stream for the next Solar Conversation. It's Solar Conversation 30. Wow. Okay. Yeti and me are saying good night. Good night. And I'll see you tomorrow for another Solar Conversation. I love you. You're supported. Don't forget that you are loved. You're loved. You're supported. You're guided. The universe has your back. I have your back too. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Mwah.